Okay, so it is Wednesday evening and it is election week, which is now over. A volatile week. Going into the elections, I thought it might get a bit volatile and we might see a big shift in the market. There was a possibility of it. So leading into November, I was rolling up all my trades, wrapping them all up, not doing any new trades in the last couple of weeks that would go anything longer than the first week of November. I wanted to be all out of my trades and back into cash for the second week of November, being namely the election on Tuesday night, I should say. That's my Wednesday in Australia. Um, the markets did respond. This is the S&P futures. Now, if I go to a 15-minute chart, this was Tuesday's trading, tight range, flat. Volatility did spike, obviously coming to the close of it. I was actually thinking about selling some premium because it had spiked to about 24, but I couldn't get any orders filled. I ran out of time. The closing bell happened, so I missed any chance of potentially putting some trades onto the downside. Never mind, I didn't mind that. I'd rather miss an opportunity than get punched in the face by a potential wrong move. Now, the market did sell off into the night, which was not tradable unless you are trading futures, which I cannot currently condone doing because my broker wants about $32 or $33 per contract, and that, I'm afraid, is just out of control. So basically I'm restricted to trading options during normal market hours. So at the during the night, basically the futures all fell out of bed across the board, down 5%, a reasonable drop. It was looking like a fantastic day. I was expecting that, hey, maybe if it opened up down at these 5%, 4% lows, then there would be some fantastic trading opportunities to sell at the money premium and just watch the volatility get crushed and also take the movement back to the medium, back to the norm, which is up at these levels on the S&P. Unfortunately, what happened was, leading into pre-market, this area is the opening bell of today, Wednesday. That's Wednesday's trading range. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, the opening bell about here, it had already retraced about 70% of its dip during the night. So the S&P basically got blown out. The trade had been washed. If you weren't trading futures during the night, then the game was already over. At this stage, I could have sold some premium and hoped that it continued up, but seeing as we were really back in the zone and back in the area that we've came from, I was a bit hesitant, and I'd rather sit it out and just not force a trade on just for the sake of trading. The same story was with the Nasdaq. As you can see, it also got punched, and then come the opening bell, it was back up to about the 70% retracement, which meant the trade had gone, and we spent the day pretty much topping out. On a daily chart, you'll see we're getting close to back to the all-time highs. This was also the same with the Russell. Now, if I pop that back to a 15, I need to do the futures, which I don't know those. So we'll move on to the Dow Jones. Can't think of the futures off there, top of my head for those. The VIX absolutely got crushed. Going into the elections, the VIX was getting high, but then, as you can see, a few days prior to it, it just stripped all the volatility out. The night of the elections, it did spike up, which was fantastic, and that's why I was looking at selling premium. And then, had you know, been in the trade, yeah, it would have been great. If you'd bought options, you just got your face ripped off and lost money. Anyway, so all in all, total washout for trades. We are back to normal market conditions, and life is normal. Hooray for Trumpy. Carry on, America. So where to now that the US is getting back to normal and everybody is realizing that Donald Trump could possibly be the best candidate for the job, being a businessman. Yeah, as we approach all-time highs, who knows? We could maybe break through them this stage and get a little Christmas rally up to new highs. So basically just going to have to trade what happens from now on and take it as we go. So far, you can see S&P futures, just fractionally down on the daily chart. Nasdaq futures fractionally trying to get up. Volatility is coming back up, so looks like if volatility comes off these lows, which I would expect it to, we'll enjoy a nice little down day tomorrow, which would not be all that bad. Anyway, so yeah, unfortunately the elections trading was a wash. All that excitement from seeing the markets taking a big dump was eradicated, and it is the first time I have ever seen it in my trading history where it has been eradicated before the markets open. Very unfortunate, but carry on. So yeah, moving on from the election rush and volatility, business as usual. Time to get back in the market, start looking for something new to trade. I am still in a Netflix trade. I did get 100% out apart from Netflix, which at this stage is nearing 100% profit. It is currently about 70% profit, and as long as it stays below the 125 for another week and a bit, I will take maximum profit. I am cautiously sitting on it, and yeah, I have about $1 of credit remaining per contract, so yeah, it might get closed out, but at this stage I'm willing to run the gauntlet and see if it can't continue coming down so that I can hold on and take max profit. So anyway, that's all for now. Netflix hanging in there. The elections trade, or the after elections trade, was a wash due to the market snapping back pre-market. Anyway, onwards and upwards, and start looking out for some November trades to finish the month off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see the next video coming. Thanks for watching. Well done, America. Well done.